This is the Week 11 fantasy football preview of the Jacksonville Jaguars at Detroit Lions, brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 11, Jaguars and Lions fans. Jaguars have fallen off. My goodness. Lions, on the other hand, are on a roll. Jacksonville Jaguars getting, well, I wouldn't say crushed, but definitely did not do what they need to do in a winnable game against the Vikings. No Trevor Lawrence means Mac Jones steps in, only 5 fantasy points, fumble, rushing touchdown, nothing thrown. Brian Thomas was healthy after being questionable, only 2 fantasy points. Evan Engram was the top fantasy producer with only 6 catches. Don't want that. Detroit Lions, on the other hand, win a close one against Houston. Jared Goff cooled down with 5 interceptions, but still somehow manages to overcome and get the win. Amon-RA St. Brown getting his score. Jahmyr Gibbs getting 12 fantasy points, no touchdowns, but having an okay day. Same with David Montgomery getting limited yardage, but getting a score out of that yardage. Jameson Williams is back with only 3 catches. Sam LaPorta, on the other hand, gets 14 catches and 14 fantasy points with 3 catches, 1 score. Lions are a massive favorite at home with a pretty decent over-under, all things considered. So things are not looking good for the Jaguars. Jaguars are gonna have already ruled out Trevor Lawrence this week. You're looking at Mac Jones, Thomas, and Evan Engram. Really, you're not going to play Mac Jones, and I'd be very suspicious of playing Brian Thomas or Evan Engram this week. I would look for other options, but he's got to throw it to somebody. So if you want to roll the dice, stick with Brian Thomas or Evan Engram. Lions defense last 3 weeks held the Texans to 23, 14 to Green Bay, 14 to Tennessee. They did get 4 sacks against Houston, 5 picks, 2 fumbles. All this spells bad news for Jacksonville. Detroit Lions, on the other hand, Goff, Brown, Gibbs, Montgomery, Williams, LaPorta are all your top fantasy plays. You can play all with confidence this week. Sam LaPorta, keep an eye on that injury report regarding that shoulder. He may or may not go, depending. They want to preserve him for the playoff run. Jacksonville Jaguars defense held the Vikings to 12, allowed 20 to Philly, and 30 versus Green Bay. So unless they come together for this, like how they did against the Vikings, I would suspect you're going to see 4 touchdowns from the Lions. So let's give Jared Goff a get-right day. Let's give a couple touchdowns all the way around. I think you're in good shape. Feel free to play all Lions. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 11. God bless.